Hello everybody, this is Danny from Deep South Homestead in collaboration with the Big Family Homestead on tips for beginning homesteaders. Today is tip number 1. This is my most important tip for a beginning homesteader. In having taught survival, one of the main things that you need to have up front and first, whether you're on a homestead or whether you're out doing anything, is water. Now, water is a necessity for life. You can live a lot longer with a lot of things, but water you can't live very long without. So, when you move on to a homestead or you go to pick a homestead out, one of your first priorities should be water. Does the property have a creek on it? Does it have a stream on it? Does it have a pond on it? Does it have a well on it? What type of water source does this property have with it? And then you need to decide, how am I going to get this water where it's drinkable? Am I going to have to drill a well? Am I going to do a rain catchment system? Am I going to have a Berkey system or something like that, some sort of a purification system put in to purify my water? What type of water is even in the area? Is it soft water? Is it hard water that's in the area? Is the water artesian water? Does it have a scent to it? Is it loaded with minerals? What are you going to have to do with this water in order to be able to get it where it's drinkable? Because on a homestead, not only will you have to have water for yourself, you'll have to have water for the animals and livestock. What is the quantity of water that your property has? Are you going to have to hook up to a community water system? Or does your property have a pond? If you have livestock, that's something you have to take into consideration. Does it have a running stream where your animals can get water? Does it have a pond? Or are you going to have to pump the water for your animals? Or are you going to do a rainwater catchment system in order to be able to water your animals? All these things have to be taken into consideration when you purchase a homestead. Being a beginning homesteader, water is going to be the most important thing you're going to need to look for on your homestead. If you plan on having any type of livestock at all, you have to make sure that you have an adequate water supply on the land, because animals drink a considerable amount of water. Now, the further south you live, the more water the animals are going to drink, because the heat index is a lot higher down south. So when you consider, take into consideration whether or not you're going to have to water a garden, whether you're going to have to water containers, whether you have to water raised beds, livestock, whatever it is that you're going to need to water because of the type of homesteading you've chose to live in, whether it's off-grid, on-grid, whatever. Just remember, tip number 1 from Deep South Homestead is water source. Thank you from Deep South Homestead.